Domestication is the process of artificially creating a new animal through selective breeding. Merely living in a domestic environment isn't enough to make an animal domesticated. A good example of this is Leo here. He's perfectly tame, he lives in my house, he has never lived in the wild, but genetically, he's a wild animal, he is not domesticated. And there are quite a number of animals which you might not realise are domesticated. Koi carp are a really good example. They were originally bred for food. They are a distinct animal. There are no wild koi carp. And sticking with fish, goldfish, entirely domesticated, purely bred to be pets. Dromedary camels, and we're not even entirely sure what its wild counterpart is, but it's probably not around anymore. We've even domesticated invertebrates. There's the Erie silkworm, and there's some dispute over whether it's fully domesticated, but also the western honeybee. And plenty of rodents. You're probably familiar with things like fancy rats and fancy mice, but what you might be less familiar with is that lab rats and lab mice have been bred to such an extent that they are now distinct domesticated species too. And of course there's this little guy, the domestic guinea pig. And really the process of domestication could be accurately described as evolution via artificial selection, because the mechanics are exactly the same, it's just mutation. The mere existence of animals like Pippin here proves the biological mechanisms for evolution. The only thing left is to consider whether or not natural selection makes sense. Does it make sense that an animal more suited to its environment is more likely to survive and therefore more likely to breed? I think it's quite difficult to argue that that doesn't make sense. Have you just peed on me?